Good morning, everybody. It is August 17th today. This is the first day into brown mustard. So the guys are just coming down the field now. It's 8 in the morning or so. I've been going for a little while. But I always like to sit back, enjoy my coffee, listen to some tunes, you know, basically wake up. And then I'm like, I should probably do a video. I should probably show you guys this brown mustard. I know we were talking about it during some crop checking over the course of the summer. And the yield is not good. This particular field is probably going to be running around that 3 to 5 bushel maybe. It ain't going to go 5. Probably 3 bushel an acre. So anyway, let's get out and take a look-see. You know, we had to put our shoes on. It's a little bit breezy out here. First, let's take a look at our sample here. This seems a little sketchy, but when does that ever stop me? So, it's not an ideal sample. I thought the ideals did a little bit better job cleaning, but it is still better than the S series. We definitely have a lot of grasshopper parts and pieces of grasshoppers. So while you guys are eating your hamburgers and smokies and hot dogs, just remember that we added a little extra protein to your diet. All right, let's take a peek here. So brown mustard is brown, I guess. Yeah, there you go, guys. You guys gotta figure brown mustard is brown. That's the fact of the day right there. I'm gonna see myself out the door right now. Oh man, but anyways, yeah, so there's brown mustard, oriental mustard, and yellow mustard. We only grow brown mustard. Some guys grow 2 or 3 or all of them. But for us, it's too much risk of cross-contamination because you're not allowed to have any cross-contamination. And when you have a bunch of units out in the field, grain augers and semis, it's very easy to get a little bit of, you know, one crop into the other. So for that reason, we just grow the one variety. So this actually isn't a bad sample. This is actually pretty dang good. I'm actually fairly impressed with it. If you have weeds such as kochia or Russian thistle in your mustard, it's very, very hard to get that out. We have a few of those. And the rest of that is grasshopper pieces, bodies, legs, and so on and so forth. Which also is very hard to get out, especially since we are plagued with grasshoppers this year. So now you guys have kind of seen the sample. You kind of know what it looks like. We'll run outside. I guess we're already outside. Oh, there's a leg. We'll jump down and I'll show you the standing crop. So what you're looking for, here, I'll try and zoom in on this. You see that yellow? That means there's some cracked in there. See that? And then that one, there's 2. One on my pinky over there. So you don't want to have cracked, okay? There, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably a few other ones too, but anyways, that's cracked. So I probably need to slow my rotor down a little bit. The other combines are coming down the field. It's a bit of a breezy day out here today. You know, I know that this is your sample door, but I don't think anybody actually uses the sample door because you want to actually jump up and actually look visually at your grain tank and sample. You can't. You do that with a sample door. You just stick your hand in and you just grab something and you hope that's somewhat accurate. I don't even know why they put sample doors on combines, seriously. Just help us get up on top of the cab so that way we can see something. I don't want to go all the way around the back. I don't want to go and put my ladder down. I want to come up right here because I'm going to park with the wind so that way it blows all the dust away from my cab door when I open it. And this is where every farmer gets up. They all kind of somehow scramble up this way and look in. And then we're always like, how am I going to get down? Every farmer thinks the exact same thing. So you just kind of, you know, do that. Or you trip and fall off some other way. So, yeah, we got to get a little bit. This is the sample door. Just a hole. Grab your little bit of mustard down there. Yeah, nobody does that. So this is the crop. It's about knee height. That's a poor mustard crop. Because mustard should be, you know, at least double that. So it looks like canola, kinda. It is part of the same family. Except mustard will open up and shell itself out. Let's see if we can't find some of that. Normally, if you look into the sun, okay, you see what looks like to be, oh, not my finger, more white pods, like there's one right there. Those mean, here, we'll run up and grab one. Okay, well, this one has actually been eaten by a grasshopper. Oh man, come on, Mr. Phone, help us out a little bit. Zoom in on that. It's moving, Mike. Mike, it's moving. Put it in my hand. Can you guys see that? Great. The other piece broke off. Okay, well, anyways. Try this again. Can you guys see the hole? You see how that's been kind of chewed into? Well, that's one of very, very, very many. And the grasshoppers chew into these things, and then the pod opens up and drops out its seeds. But also, when this mustard naturally cures, we don't desiccate it, we don't force it to come in, it comes in on its own. It will just shell out. That's how it seeds itself, right? Like any plant. So if it's waving in the wind and it's dry, you're probably losing yield all the time. But I think we should probably get in the cab because it's a little bit breezy out here. And I don't even know how you guys can even hear me. Awesome. Okay, so you're probably like, well, Mike, what is a decent crop of brown mustard? Well, that completely depends on, you know, what area of the province, what area of the country you're growing it in, how much rain you had, how much fertilizer you put to it, you know, what time of the year you seeded it. But for us, you're probably wondering about us. For us, 15, 20 bushel crop of mustard, that's a good crop of mustard. So 3 bushel, slightly poor crop of mustard. No seat. I'll choose what height I want to be at. Thank you very much. Our fuel burn, this is instant. It's around that 11 gallons an hour. I'm going down a hill right now. Now I'm going up a hill. Three bushels an acre. There's our yield just above it. I am 57% capacity, which means a little over half full in my grain tank. Combine settings, field names, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. little different color in here. Is a little different low spot. There's gonna be a rut there. We seeded this the opposite direction that we normally do. We did that for seed placement because mustard's like canola, you know, you don't seed it about that deep, and you know, you get better seed placement with your air drills going across last year's, or angling. Well, we hate angling, so we'd rather go across, so which is what we did. It's a section, right? It's a mile by a mile square, no big deal, just switch it up. Well, apparently we've been farming it one way for a long time, left a bunch of sprayer ruts going one direction. Of course, when you're only seeding this deep, your paralink openers aren't leveling out nothing. So we found some pretty mighty big sprayer ruts going north and south, and we're going east and west, and by golly George, if you don't see those things before they find you, yikes. Just say that we're testing our headers and our combines. Where's our suspension kit?
The door popped open.
Really like these top mirrors right here, so I can see into my grain tank. I do like that.
Coming up to the north here. Yep.
We've been playing around a little bit here, and I'm really happy with the sample. Sorry you guys can't really see that. Now the reflection's too much off the window. We'd have to stop and take a look here. I guess we can do that when we get the headland. The crop is still just as poor, but we're gonna keep slowing our rotor down a little bit more. We still got a few cracks in there, but all in all, guys, that is equally comparable to the ideal, how we kind of have it right now. Now we do have maybe a slight advantage, and that is that the wind out there, since it's quite windy, is working in our favor a little bit. It's blowing a little bit of the chaff out of the bubble up auger. But that's not going to be the sole result of our samples. So, should the combine down here. We'll go take a peek. All right, let's get up here. Okay. I hate that horn. That's the rotational alarm. Tells you that your combine is still rotating. Sorry about the wind. But our sample is pretty dang good. That is what you want to see. Okay, Mr. Horn, we get the idea. We get it. We're not going to put our hands in anything. Okay, sorry about that. Woo! I'm going to totally unplug that. Whew. Is it breezy? It would be a very bad day for a fire today. We're right down on the U.S. border. This field that we're on actually touches the U.S. border. We can go take a look at that as well. Alright, so I just stepped out of my combine here. We're at the very south end of our field, and I'm just going to walk over and show you guys something. We're just going to go up on top of this hill. Alright, here it is. This here, sorry about the wind, you guys, but we are in Saskatchewan. You guys should be used to it by now. These are the Canada-US boundary markers, okay, right here. It says Canada. This says Treaty of 1908. This side right here says United States. And again, the Convention of the 1818. So right there you go. This was renewed in 1996. So, I was like, is that a bullet hole? Anyways, these markers are every so many miles, I'm not sure. And on our farmland down that way, we actually farm around these suckers. I don't know what the penalty or cost would be if a guy was to knock one of these things over. But, so anyways, a little background about these. These are situated in the middle of 150 feet of what they call no man's land. So Like this is all farmland, and this road is technically on this side, but not all the time are these lines straight. I guarantee you these are probably straight, but sometimes the fields come this way, the roads go this way. We actually farm on this side of them, down that way. So yeah, we farm quite a bit of ground on the US border. If we were to wait here long enough, Border Patrol would be showing up. They fly this border, they drive this border, so that would be common. I guarantee you, they are watching us right now, they're listening to us right now. That is Montana. Looks about as good as crops as we have, obviously, right across the fence. And then us here in Saskatchewan. I know you guys have questions like, Mike, can you just run across the border right here, just jump on the other side? No, you don't want to do that. Like I said, they're listening, they're watching. You know what I mean? Now, if you had a fire, if a fire broke out and it's a strong north wind like today, if it blew across into that border, guaranteed you are allowed to go down there and fight that fire. But when that fire is done, you got to come right on back. And then, of course, Border Patrol would be down there, emergency services, so on and so forth. And you're like, oh man, that looks like a really good place to cross. Not so. Because, again, they're watching, they're listening. There is cameras set up on different fence posts beside little rocks and so on and so forth. But all the farmers, since this is very rurally populated, it's sparsely populated, I should say. Everybody knows everybody. There was one time, quite a few years ago, there was some drug runners, we'll call them. I thought it'd be a good idea to cross down here in the middle of no man's land that came from BC. That was the worst decision of their lives, because everyone knows everybody. It's like, since when did John get a new truck? John doesn't drive that truck. Why is he driving on his land? Everybody takes care of everybody. Everybody watches everyone's backs down here. This is the worst area. You would be better off to go to some very, very populated area and try and blend in. Not that I am trying to promote that. I'm just saying, bad idea. Yeah, you guys right now, Montana, Saskatchewan. We're walking right down the line. Okay, now we actually gotta get combining. You're probably asking yourself, Mike, do you farm on both sides of the border? No, we do not. Oh, that wind is something else. Whew. Wow. All right, we gotta get cracking here. I guess while I'm down here on the border, I should probably say hello to my American friends and neighbors down there to the south. Also Tony Fast and his fam jam, and Nick Welker and his fam jam. I believe Tony's actually cut in some pretty decent crops, unlike Nick and I. And Nick has had it exceptionally rough down there. You know, I always say up here, or I shouldn't say just up here, but I have always said that, you know, you never lose a poor crop to hail. Well, Nick Welker and his family, unfortunately, have sustained a whack of hail, like half their farm, or more than half their farm, or something like that, on top of crippling drought. So, you know, our hearts definitely go out to those guys down there. Definitely, I feel you in the drought part, but the hail, that's just salt on the wound right there. So, apparently, I can't say that you never lose a poor crop to hail anymore. Nick Welker and his family have officially proved me wrong, unfortunately. But, in saying that, hopefully one of these days, months, years, we can all get together and drink coffee and talk about farming, because I'm pretty sure that's what farmers do. Or iced tea, but my iced tea, not your iced tea. No offense to your iced tea, but your iced tea is like just tea that's cold tea. Who drinks cold tea? I'm thinking like iced tea, like, you know, like sweet tea, which is apparently sweet tea. So I don't know. We got some things that we need to talk about. You know, Nick, myself, Tony. Like, there are some pretty serious things. One of them being tea. I just have a lot of questions. That's just one thing. So put that on the to-do list. Oh man, but either way, I look forward to it. Guys. Yeah, that escalated quickly. Anyways, I found a good part of the field, and I was humming along a little bit too fast. And it's all well and good until one of these things fluffs out of fluff, Basically, you got to have a nice even feed is what I'm trying to say. And when that does not happen, there will get to be a little bit of buildup. And then if you don't get the brakes slowed down because you're cutting a lot fast, you'll get a big buildup, and then it will all try and go at the same time, and well, you will plug your feeder house. Now, this thing has a nifty feeder house reverser, plus it has a slow creep feed in, but we have plugged a canvas down there, or something's going on because it says canvases are plugged or stuck, so we're gonna have to go figure that out. That is my round bale of mustard. Most likely what has happened is when I reverse this thing, sometimes you'll take mustard underneath the center canvas and it will plug it. So I'm gonna have to just... Ow, it's pokey! How come I couldn't have done this with cereals? Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Now, there is a drop door under there, I bet. We might check that out here in a second or two. That's exactly what's wrong. So that center canvas, when I reversed it, I sucked in a bunch of mustard and stuff underneath it, and I got stuck. So, we're gonna engage our separator. We're gonna try and reverse it again here. If that doesn't work, then we have to use our door. I'm gonna pull back on this one. Now it's gonna give me options here. And we're gonna wanna reverse. Just gonna hold that. It did not go very far. Now I'm gonna hit the feed button. See if you guys can see this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. And it stopped. The reel and everything else goes, but that center canvas does. Now I'm going to reverse it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're going to have to use our door. Okay. Disengaging. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I was looking for my cylinder stops. It doesn't have it. I guess it's this funky dunky thing. Push in. Uh-huh. Okay. All right then. Safety first, I guess. This pin. We're about to find out how easy this thing is to put back up. And we'll undo this pin. Okay. Wind is in our favor here. I hope. How do I do this thing? Oh, right here, there's a latch. Oh shoot, there's a latch on that side. Shoot, I screwed up. I should have did this latch last. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna put it back in. Too late, there's too much pressure on it. Basically, I'm gonna get dirty is what I'm about to tell you here. Maybe not. Okay. All right, so I didn't actually open it all the way. I just opened it that little bit and released the pressure. And now that center canvas is turning. All right. Maybe I'm still gonna have to open this though. These pins might not go back in. All right, I gotta do this on my own. Okay, I figured it out. It's those things I had to take off. There we go. There we go. I'll just clean this out. Beauty! Now, as long as it goes up really good, which I'm sure it will, I actually like that design. It's actually pretty good. Just like that, we're good. It's not bad. These things are a bit of a pain in the butt to lock back over, but we gotta jump in the combine before we get dirty. All right, we're good. Let's get cutting. Yes, one or the other. Get it in there. And just like that. All right, guys. We're always learning something new around this camp. We're always gonna keep learning something new until we're dead, one or the other. But anyways, you guys have yourself a good one. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna keep cracking at it. Adios.